That they're gonna go hard. They're gonna go hard and they're gonna give it all their got. And it just sounded more. It sounded like it was more about. It wasn't about winning. It was really about giving their all for Ray. And yeah, I think that's what they.
I mean, about each other. What you said, they were talking trash to each other.
Oh yeah, I don't know details, but just talking trash. Just talking trash. They're gonna get you, you know.
Because there was a kind of fun report that this part wasn't the fun part, that Chandler's ankle wasn't in the best shape, but that he wouldn't tell, that Art was trying to find out, so what's going on with your ankle.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
So they weren't trying to use you as the go-between.
No, they weren't. Arthur, I was telling Chandler, don't listen to Arthur because, he's on the other side. You got to realize that, you know what I mean? And he knows that. And Belichick, he protects his knowledge and he protects his players at a very high level. So, yeah, I don't want to go into it, knowing how much Belichick protects the players. But Chandler's definitely a perfect Patriot. He takes that whole being into the whole, to the fullest, and he keeps private information private against Arthur, against me, and it's weird to see him so hypnotized.
Yeah.
But it's legit, man. He loves his team.
Hey, John, what's the dynamic between the three? Like, who's the top dog in there? You're the fighter, so I mean, you can beat the crap out of the two of them. But
it's different. It's different. I think they respect me a lot because their teammates respect me a lot, so they naturally respect me a lot. Arthur knows he's the oldest. Arthur knows that he still thinks somewhere that he'd beat me, and I think somewhere he probably beat me too. Chandler looks up to me and Arthur, but he's such an individual and he's so amazing that I look up to him a lot because he does all the right things. But we're all best friends. We're all best friends. Arthur and Chandler are very close because they were roommates in college. Me and Chandler always lived in the same bedroom growing up. Me and Arthur are always best friends because we were practically the same age. So we all are very close to each other in different ways. But it's just a triangle of love.
Now, you've talked about Art's athleticism, and I mean, he's got a different build than you and Chandler have, right? You guys are more lean than he's the big guy. But is it fair to say he's the best athlete of the three?
Chandler?
Arthur.
I think Chandler's the best athlete.
You think Chandler?
Yeah, because they had a general knack towards getting to the ball, and I thought it was just like a blessed talent they had. But when I saw Chandler do the combine, he actually had top 10 numbers, and the bench press, and all the different sprints, and all the different agility drills, and I was like, whoa, he's top 10 and everything. So he's actually a real athlete. I suck at a lot of stuff, so I know I'm not the most athletic. I'm just good at fighting. And I would have to say Chandler's the most athletic.
Do the three of you compete ever? Nothing.
Chandler and Arthur do.
Yeah.
They're about little things. There's definitely a little ego going on, but they love each other a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't compete. I'm just in a different world than they are with the sport and everything. Got kids, and I live in Ithaca. They live, I just don't compete.
John,
and our competition is love,
Yeah.
You seem very relaxed this weekend. You were having a lot of fun at the Q&A yesterday. Do you feel like it's all downhill at this point till you fight Chael? Is there nothing stressing you at this point?
Yeah, there's nothing stressing me. I'm trying to get back in shape for this fight. We'll get in better shape for the fight and all that stuff. Make sure my arm is going to hold up strong. But I have no worries, man.
Now, you said you were feeling a little pain when it's cold. Now.
Yeah, I feel aching sometimes. Like just aches every once in a while. But I'm a young man. I think it's going to heal.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's going to help.
John, what's the best thing about being John Jones and the worst thing about being John Jones?
Best thing about being myself is, I don't know, getting to live life to the fullest. And the worst thing is just the pressure and a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress.
Speaking about the pressure, I know you've talked a lot about your DUI. How does that...
Everyone gets to live life to the fullest, now that I think about it. But
you get to live that extra special life? How has the DUI played a factor into how you've evolved into the person you are today?
Well, just feeling more comfortable with everybody knowing that I'm just me, and it's really taking a lot of stress and pressure off my life. I'm an athlete first and foremost. I'm a regular guy who got good at fighting, and then people hold all these expectations and standards on you that you never asked for. And so I was actually trying to ride the wave and be that guy for everybody. And the DWI it was a rude awakening to a lot of fans, and it was a rude awakening to me, and it just liberated me.
What inspires you to keep going out and fighting and maintaining the belt?
What inspires me? Because I want to be great, man. I want to be great. I want to be like Anderson. I want to, be remembered. I want to, master my craft.
How close is that Anderson Silva John Jones super fight happening?
Only God knows.
Do you feel like you need to beat him to be great like him?
No, I think I have time to break his records, fighting tons of opponents.
Not to be critical of him, but when you look at his career compared to your career, you've already beaten guys that are Hall of Famers and just totally destroyed them. And the one criticism maybe he has is he hasn't had the kind of opponents that you have. Is it put pressure on you to keep that roll up? I mean, in MMA everybody loses, yet you've had this incredible string against high level guys.
Right. Well, I predict that I'll lose one day to somebody, and that's the way I'll be. I'll continue to challenge myself. It's probably the guy who's young right now, who's extremely dedicated to the sport. But what's your question again? Sorry.
Is there that put the pressure on you, because what more can you do at this stage?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have pressure. I feel as if I'm playing catch up, to all these guys who are just so intertwined with the sport. The Matt Hugheses and the Andersons and the Chuck Liddells and the Randy Coutures. I really haven't proven much. I've proven a lot, but there's so much more to be done, and that's what keeps me motivated and on fire.
John, you're fighting today. A few years ago, Vladimir Matushenko was today in the card.
I love your accent. I don't know what you're saying.
A few years ago, you fought Vladimir Matushenko, who is today on the prelim card. Do you still keep in touch?
I actually hung out with Anthony Hardon last night. We were in my room. We had a few beers together. We just talked about a lot of stuff, and it was just really cool to get to know the guy. He's actually a really fascinating dude. So we talked about Vladimir. We talked about our fight, and but me and Vladimir, we actually haven't had too much time together. But me and Anthony talked a lot about Vladimir. I feel as though I have a better understanding of Vladimir through his coach.
Do you have any prediction for his today's fight against Ryan Bader?
I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win. He has a powerful left hook that he just missed me with. And I think if it landed, I would have been in trouble. And I could see that landing on Ryan, because me studying Ryan, he's vulnerable for a left hook. And if Vladimir makes it happen, it'll happen.
Do you think, how does it seem to you to fight at 42 as Vladimir is right now?
I respect him a lot. Actually I talked to Anthony about it last night. I said, I was really on that night, and I really can't take it away from Vladimir. It was just like he never really got a chance to fight, but but he's a great warrior, especially for his age. He just caught me on a bad day for him, because I was so on. My timing and everything was on, but I think Vladimir's amazing. I just put him in all the worst situations.
Another question. At the end of the year, you trained with Andrei Arlovsky.
I trained with Andre, yeah.
There was a few videos on the YouTube when you do at Spartan.
This is Sparta.
Could you just talk a little bit about training with people?
It's great. It's great to train with Andre Arlovsky, because he has this thing where he's so macho and so tough, but he's not. He loves his dog, and he's just a good dude. He's a good dude. He's developed an amazing relationship with Greg Jackson, one that I'm a little bit jealous of, because Greg goes everywhere with Andre. He's like, Andre's his baby. And it's great. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he's a part of the team. He keeps me on my toes, and I'm fortunate to have him.
And a little back question to the pressure. How do you handle pressure? Do you do
pressure? Meditation, definitely. I don't meditate as much as I used to. Definitely something I want to get back to, because it centers me and it helps me out in so many different ways. But I just handle pressure just one day at a time, one situation at a time, and just realize that I'm going to make mistakes and just go with it.
Have you noticed a change, among your peers and the other fighters in the way they react to you now that you've become more successful? Do they look at you and treat you differently because of your status in the sport?
No, I think a lot of them are curious by me, but I really don't long to have a lot of relationships with them, because that's not why I'm here. I'm here for my family, But I don't know. It's a weird relationship. I think a lot of them respect me a lot. I think a lot of them don't like me. And I can't afford to care. I just got to continue being me and just keep my eyes on the prize.
Is it? They don't like you because of jealousy or because?
I don't want to call them out. I don't want to call them out. I'm different type of guy, and then they're all different. I'm not going to call them jealous by any means.
Right.
We're just also different, and I don't think they know me.
you see like Randy had that certain element of respect among other fighters.
Oh yeah, he's like the uncle to
kind of
all
like
of us.
yeah, exactly. And do you?
I'm like the punk cousin.
So you're still a punk cousin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, John. On this first episode of Ultimate Fighter, we saw Bubba McDaniel was one of the guys trying to get into the house and be on this season. Did you know about that ahead of time, and how much?
No, I had no clue he was on the show.
Okay. And how much of that gamesmanship from Chael Sonnen was going on when he was trying to get you to pick him first? What did you think of that?
I was confused, to be honest with you. I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know if, because I'm a pretty clever guy, and I know Chael's really clever. I wasn't sure how clever he was because of my first moments around him. So I wasn't sure how he was trying to manipulate me. But now that I have a better grasp of the whole situation, we were both confused. We didn't know who was trying to play who.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
How fun was it to cook turkey dinner with Chael Sonnen?
My initial reaction, I thought I was getting set up because it was like I don't like him, and I didn't like him. So him coming out into the gym when I was there first, I didn't know if he had talked to production before I got there or what. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, why are you here right now? You know what I mean? I was like, why are you talking to me? And throughout talking to Chael for those first 3 or 4 days and just looking him in the eyes and just talking to him, I realized I'm like, yeah, you're not trying to beef. You're trying to communicate. You're really, trying to be cordial. And I just was like, that's easy for me because that's who I am. I would prefer not to beef with people. We're gonna fight regardless. So I was appreciative that he took that route, and we both went with it, and we did some good coaching.